Yo, it's Akeem the Dream, and this is episode 6 on Inside the Dream. We are on Tion Green's turf right now. How you doing?
I am doing great today, brother.
I'm doing good, man. How's this setup going?
It's going great, man. It actually takes a lot much time to set it up and get creative with it. Other than that, man, it's great, man. It kind of becomes like traditional thing here every Friday, so it's kind of easy, but it kind of takes like a 30 minutes to set up. So it's going
Oh,
great.
so you have to take everything out and then put it back in?
Yeah, try to keep
Oh,
the field clean every day because I switch it up every day. We never do the same workouts every day. I always switch it up every day.
yes. So you were in the NFL a couple years, and you did this. How was your NFL experience?
The NFL experience was awesome, man. It's very fast lived, very fast paced. It's fast. I think it was like a very fast point in my life where it was there for a moment and it was like, boom, it was gone. So it's
Yeah.
like, wow. But like, that's just how it is. So, because like going into it, the NFL, everybody knows, like, not for long. You may not be done with the NFL, but it can be done with you. And I understood going into that situation that in my position, that it didn't last that long. So I just knew like my time span of like playing, I had to take advantage of every opportunity I had with such a short time window. So
Yeah.
it's pretty
How
fun.
how long is a time window for a normal NFL player going in the league? Is it like 5 years?
I'm maybe we can go to Google to this, but I'm gonna bet my bottom dollar that my position, I would think I would say three average running back NFL, average years in NFL, running backs average years. It's 3 years. It says on the internet.
It is 3 years.
3 years.
And you played two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what so you were a free agent, you went to the Lions. How'd you get in contact with Detroit?
Well, Detroit is kind of like college. They kind of get in contact with you. I think the biggest thing that happened to me was after the combine and all the pro days. That's when like the colleges come down the NFL teams come down, the GMs come down to see you.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing I did for myself was I lost about 30 pounds. I lost 35 pounds. Yeah, so here it is. You see a guy that was 247 pounds that gets down to like 219, 218, 215 pro day,
Yeah.
looking like a wide receiver, running faster, moving. I learned how to eat my diet and nutrition, and that's when they were like, we saw some potential.
Yeah.
Pretty much high school Tion, and that's when it sparked some attention, and that's when like Indianapolis, Green Bay, Detroit, all those teams, flew me out for a visit day, and I came and saw the facility, and they kind of picked my brain and stuff like that. They asked me about playbooks and my background, my family, and it's surprising that the NFL knows everything. So it's kind of like when your mom asks you, like, if you did something wrong, you might want to tell the truth. That's kind of how the NFL is. Like, if they ask you a question, they probably already know the answer.
Like a big brother type thing.
Yeah, they just want to see your personality and your character at that point. So that's when they fly you up, and they pretty much it was a great experience.
It was.
Yeah,
First day walking into the facility for training camp, man. Were you nervous?
absolutely. I finally couldn't admit this like 4 or 5 years later. I don't know why, but like the first player I saw was Amir Abdullah. And we're in the same position. I know who he is.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, I grew up watching this guy my whole life. And, you kind of have this persona about these NFL athletes that, like, everybody's stuck up and to themselves and not genuine or down to earth. Because, you think they're, like, celebrities. They're going to blow you off. And here it is. I'm this guy from Cincinnati, I didn't get drafted. I'm undrafted. I feel like I kind of was a practice squad player. And I didn't think I had a chance at talking to any of these big-time guys, and Amir Abdullah, the things he's done in college, his resume speaks for itself. He's the first guy I saw as I came in with my bags from Cincinnati. He was going to the shower. I remember, like, trying not to look at his body. I'm trying to scope my body to look like him. And he's vegan, so he's like a Barbie doll.
Oh.
I'm talking abs on top of his chest. And I remember he just, like, stopped and was like, "Hey, you're Tion." And I'm like, yeah. He was like, "I think you can help us this year, man. Just be ready to go if you need my help. Let me know." And he made everything so welcoming, as well as the other running backs and other players that did the same thing once I got into that locker room. But Amir Abdullah was the first guy I met, and I was nervous. My heart was beating like so fast. Like, I was like,
And you just picking his brain?
Well,
What, like, not stats, but, information like how to do things, IQ things?
Yeah. As the season went on, I was very blessed. I had Zach Zinner, who's a doctor. If you look, he's still a doctor now, Zach Zinner. We call him Doc. I had Theo Riddick, who went to Notre Dame. He was like the awesome like big brother on the team to me. He kind of like pretty much really took me under his wing. Theo
Yeah.
Riddick. Oh my gosh, he runs the best one-on-one routes ever. You had Dwayne Washington that was in that room as well. He's surprisingly younger than me, but a lot more bigger than me. He went to Washington. Big guy. Plays for the New Orleans Saints right now. He just signed a big contract. Shout out to my boy Wayne. He took me in too, but he was a year before me because he graduated his junior year or something like that. And I did 5 years, he only did 4. So he was kind of ahead of me, something like that. But I'm older. He was a good big little brother to me, showing me the NFL way. And it was Amir, Theo, Zach, Tion, four running backs. Zach. And Amir, 5 running backs. We kept 5. So it's weird. Those guys all helped me out. I had a good group my freshman year. My rookie year was a good group. I was blessed.
Yeah, and I seen like in preseason you scored your first touchdown. You were emotions just going crazy.
To be honest, not filtered. I was like, what the heck just happened?
Veterans talking to him. It's not like, I've been around rookie quarterbacks that just couldn't connect with the veterans. They didn't trust him. When he runs the first team, we're going to get this guy.
This is Tion Green off to the races into Buffalo territory. Cuts back at the 20. Still going. And Tion Green takes it in.
But, Nathan is, he's done a great job.
I couldn't believe what happened. I remember being in the huddle with Brad Kaya, and it was that screenplay. And I the NFL is so cutthroat. You kind of know if you're going to make the roster or not before that last preseason game.
Mm-hmm.
If you're playing in that last game, you probably, chances are you're not making that roster. And obviously, my coach did a great job of communicating. The one thing the NFL will do, they will communicate. And I knew going into that game, I was done. So, I played free. I had nothing to lose. Going into that game, man, I remember, we all the rookies made bet against each other. We knew we weren't going to make the team. And I remember that play when I scored that screenplay, and I was like, I told Brad Kaya, I'm like, yo, give me the ball on the score. Y'all just block. I was just talking, and it happened. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, man.
I couldn't believe when I watched the film, I'm like, I did that? I just ran that fast? I'm just used to Cincinnati 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. The Buffalo Bills.
68 yards or something?
I think my nephew or somebody knows. The kids know, 70, probably something like that.
Yeah, it was a pretty long run.
I don't know how. I don't know how my legs didn't give out. I don't know. It was crazy.
How is it like getting hit by somebody, like a linebacker? It's different from college.
I think it depends on who you get hit by. Vontez Burfict, I had a very tough collision with him against the Cincinnati Bengals my rookie year. I felt that right here in my right rib and he gave me a thigh contusion. I felt that. And in college, there was a linebacker, and it's so messed up because he's gonna kick my tail. And I'm having a brain fart right now. I played with him in Indianapolis, but he played in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
This guy called me before the game, the night before. He knew my mom's name, my girlfriend's name. I mean, he was trying to harass me the night before the game. And then come game day, he was like, Tion, what's up? I know you like Kodak Black. I'm like, how does this guy know me so well?
Studying you.
Man, and I'm talking every play. He was on me, every play. And he told me, he was like, this is the same Tion I know that run the ball hard. You're going down. Like, he got me. He's mentally screwed. And then I met him like 2 years later because I was older than him, and he was in Indianapolis when I got over there. I talked to him, and I was like, man, you did a good job that game, man. He was like, yeah, that was our strategy. He got in my head.
Is it like all players are like to get in your head, or is that's the only one who's contacted you?
That was like a movie. He was the only guy, because that was normally me. I was that guy on my team. I always bothered the other guys on other teams and DM them or bother them and stuff like that. So I thought that type of stuff was funny. So I kind of had my own dose of my own medicine. So it was interesting. It was interesting.
And then, so your first year ends with Detroit. You go to Indianapolis. How did that transform?
I was in Detroit. We went through a coaching change. Shout out to the Detroit Lions and that whole coaching staff. Caldwell, Coach David Walker, all those guys that I had, man. I had a great group, man. Evan Lawson. I can name everybody on that team. I had a great group. Just want to give shout out to them for giving me the opportunity to achieve my dreams. But I played there 1 year. I was inactive for about like 10 to 12 games. I got my opportunity against the Baltimore Ravens. I was very blessed. Things aligned right for me to be successful. Continued to finish like the 1-2 starter. Me and Theo Riddick rotating for the rest of the year. The new year came. Unfortunately, our coaching staff got fired, and come with a different coaching staff. Some
different changes happen.
Yeah, and it kind of went down that line. And I was blessed enough to get picked up by Indianapolis, and then I suffered an injury.
It was a knee injury, right?
Yeah, knee injury. I suffered a knee injury, which was nobody has any idea how long it was crazy. Not to speak on it, but it led me to this point to where I am today, man. So that's how I ended up in Indianapolis. I got a new coaching staff, got waived, got picked up a couple days later when I was in Indianapolis, suffered an injury, and that's what kind of slightly, at this moment right now, ended my career.
And when you got waived, did your heart drop, or did you see it coming?
I saw it coming only because we drafted Kerryon Johnson, and then we in the second round, and we're the same type of back.
Yeah.
And I just was like, I just came off that year. To honestly speak, it was kind of frustrating because, like, as a child, you don't understand the system. You understand you did everything right. I'm talking like I went 10 to 12 weeks inactive but active. I mean, you're on this roster for 11 weeks.
Yeah.
A sense of me knew I had to stay ready, but you're talking 11 weeks later, like I got kind of comfortable. I'm still receiving the same active pay now. I'm getting paid like an active player. Think about it.
But you just weren't active
in the game. So I'm getting paid the same thing that everybody else getting, not everybody, but the same thing that my contract said, that as if when I was playing. So that was the blessing about it.
Yeah.
But like I said, like that stuff, it all changes and stuff. So you got the new coaching staff and all that stuff. Everything just went kind of weird.
Did you love Detroit?
I love Detroit. And that was back to the part. Like I didn't understand all of that being young. Like why I had to get waived, but like I was playing, I was snapping, I beat out Amir. I beat out not really. It sounds weird to say I beat him out, but it's like I got my opportunity.
Yeah.
And I felt like I excelled. I did well.
Earned your spot.
Yes. Perfect. I'm not ever gonna say like I beat my brothers out. I outdid them. No, never that.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how that went. And when I got waived, I was kind of confused because we brought in Kerryon Johnson and LeGarrette Blount, two type of backs that are just like me. I knew I was leaving. Somebody was going. Unfortunately, I was the first one to go, and then that's just what it was.
LeGarrette Blount's a good back. I remember when he played on the Patriots.
Brother, a better person more than anything. Better person than athlete.
I didn't even know that.
Better person.
I only see what's on TV.
Yeah. And that's the bad part about perception because the man's a big time family man. I remember the first time I met him, I look up to you my whole life, brother. So I appreciate that, but let's get to work.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, like I remember one day I was like trying to cheat at exercise, and he was like, "You can't do that. Like you don't got the right to do that." Never mind, this guy been playing for like 10 years.
Yeah.
My first year, I'm trying to cheat.
Not a good mindset.
Yeah, at all. But it wasn't even like cheating. It was more like I was like doing reps, but I wasn't like. I was just like going through the motions.
Yeah.
Doing it, but like not doing it. And he was kind of like, it showed his work ethic why he was able to play for such a long time. He got on me right away. Like he let it be like, he set the standard that like, even though I'm cool, I'm not cool with this.
Yeah.
I'm cool with you being great. So he set the standard.
And do you still have that relationship with him?
Absolutely. All of those guys.
How was your relationship with your quarterback? It was Matthew Stafford?
Matthew Stafford?
Yeah.
He old school.
Oh.
Yeah, he old school. Like if you hit up Staff, he don't have an Instagram or social media.
Oh, he's real old school.
So if you contact him and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Like he's a great guy. He'll reach back, but he's a busy man. So
yeah,
I take a few hours. At the same time, he's a great guy. All of those guys are your family. I mean, you talking like there's billions of high schools, there's billions of middle schools, whatever the case may be. The numbers are, and there's only 32 teams.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking like a selected group. Like
a 53-man roster.
And you know who you are in the NFL, so it's more of a sense of you hold on to family because you know you're a selected crew,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like those guys kind of like taught me the the structure of that and the culture. So like I reach out to those guys if I need anything. They
Do you see that you could make a comeback in the NFL?
absolutely.
Is that what you're planning on doing?
If it happens, it happens.
If it happens, it happens.
For sure.
And do you have like jerseys? Just you have a whole bunch hanging in your house?
Nah,
Oh.
nah, it's nice in Detroit.
That's pretty dope, man.
I got a lot of signed jerseys, so
You were jersey swapping with all
Yeah.
the people you were looking up to?
I got a couple pictures up there too. I got all those jerseys.
Oh, that's dope.
So I just keep them like saved away. It's like my little treasure. I don't think my friends understand. Like I look up to them, like as if I'm not playing against them. 'Cause I like, oh my gosh, I just played against my friend from college. So when I see like Travis Kelce and all those guys, I'm like, oh my god. Like as if I didn't even go to school or play with them. Like they're my friends. So it's like I like to idolize those guys, man.
Who are you going for in the Super Bowl?
Travis, don't you?
You going for the Chiefs?
I had to. Travis Kelce, Cincinnati Bearcats. Come on, man. 2012 Belt World Champions.
I ain't a bandwagon. I'm not a big fan of,
2009 Big East champs. Come on, man. Cincinnati. I'm crazy. I'm not wearing my rings right now, man. It's crazy.
How many rings did you get from? Three? That's.
I mean, you talking Travis went
Blame.
like 4 for 5 or like 5 for 5. Marty Gilliard, those guys. Isaiah P. George Wynn.
Yeah.
Rob David Abernathy. I can name drop all day. Derek Wolf.
So you played 5 years at Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
How I thought it was like only 4 years is your max.
Well, I got an injury my third year. And that third year I got that injury. It was 3 non-conference games. So I was very blessed. I actually got hurt against your team.
Ohio State?
Yeah, your boy hurt me.
Who?
Joey.
Oh,
He tossed me. He helped me up off the ground though.
okay, that's nice.
He helped me up. I had a sports hernia. Tore my groin right off the bone.
And how long was that injury?
Man, the whole season.
Oh.
So that's why I got granted another junior year, which caused me to get my 5th year back, which is my senior year.
And that one was with no school.
Well, I had school still. I just couldn't play football. So technically,
No, your 5th year was no school. Is it strictly football?
now you have to be enrolled in school. You have to be in I think 18 credit hours in order to be enrolled.
Okay.
Don't quote me on it. Sorry, Miss Lindsay, back at Cincinnati. You see this interview. Sorry, I think it's 18 hours. It's 18 hours, senior year.
You played 5 years, and I heard a little rumor that
Oh boy.
you were a little overweight and you were eating Chipotle a lot, and then you had to cut back on Chipotle.
That was definitely not a rumor. That definitely happened. That was definitely. I can give you my order.
What is your order?
Okay, so you go in there.
This is the order now, or when you were in college, before the weight loss?
Now still, but it's once every other week. So
Okay.
the order was you go in, you say, "Hi, how are you? How are you?" Now you got to put a mask down. You're like, can I get a bowl, please? But also, can I get a tortilla inside of that bowl?
Okay.
Get the tortilla inside the bowl and flatten it out. You say, can I please have brown rice and white rice? So they try to mix the portions up, but it accidentally gives you too much. So there's like a happy medium. So if you want more, you ask for more.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll do the same cut and it'll balance out. Then they move on. I say, can I have black beans drained? Because I don't like my food soupy. I don't want soggy rice, man. Come on, man. Nobody likes soggy rice. So I get my black beans drained, and then I get half chicken, half steak. Now, this is very critical now. This is rule number 1 with Tion. Every superhero doesn't have to wear a cape. You can wear a Chipotle shirt. Save the day, please. It's not your food. Take the spoon. Give me a good scoop. So basically, off their scoops is how big I get my portion. High school, I had no boundaries. I would get double chicken, double steak every time to ensure they wouldn't mess up.
Yeah.
And then I get the hot sauce, the sour cream, the cheese, the lettuce, the guac.
So you get everything.
Yes. And then what I do is this, though. Got to get 4 vinaigrettes.
4.
Got to get 4. But to put you on now, this is how 101 how Tion got through 3 days of college. This is what I do now, right? I get that bowl, right? Get it. You got 4 vinaigrettes. You got to get your hot sauces. Tabasco, get your little.
Yeah.
You got to go get you a fat duffel. I admit I am the napkin taker. Some forks. Never know. Get out of there. Get home. Take your bowl. It's going to be kind of big, right? Eat half of it. Or try to, because it's going to be so stuffed. Eat half of it. So guess what? I'm going to go to practice, and what I'm going to do at practice? I don't even need to come back and eat my bowl.
Yeah.
The next day when I'm hungry, what's what I'm going to do? Eat somewhat half of it. And then halfway into my bowl, guess what I'm going to do? Wrap it into a tortilla, so now I got a burrito, so I'm not eating the same meal.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's pretty
So
clever.
I would just stretch out my meals, man. That's all I was doing.
Yeah.
I was eating Chipotle every day.
My Chipotle nowadays they skimp you a little bit on everything. I never Uber Eats Chipotle just because they go very light on everything.
Rule number. Which camera can we look at and say this at? For the sake of me and Jay, please Uber Eats. What do you got? Lyft? Does Lyft do it?
DoorDash.
DoorDash. Please check our bowls. And to all the Chipotle workers, we need love too. We just trying to be safe with COVID and not go into the store personally. Can you guys please not short us on the scoops? And remember that all
Right there.
superheroes don't wear capes; they wear Chipotle shirts.
Yeah.
I hate online.
Oh, yeah, it's bad.
It's never. You didn't even get that much cheese.
No.
Gosh, strands of cheese.
When I'm there, they try to do it. I'm like, more, please, 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 and they're just like getting an attitude. It's like,
But how do you go about it? How do you ask?
I'd be like, can I have some more, please? Not all the time, but
But how about this? Sorry to bother you, but would you mind if I had like a little bit more, please? I'm so sorry. Makes it seem like you're the inconvenience.
yeah,
Maybe it might not work still.
maybe not. Maybe they don't like light skins. Maybe they're more with the dark skins. But
I'll take that because y'all been taking over the summer. It ain't even the summer. Y'all been taking over the winter.
we've been taking over since I was in middle school.
That's Drake's fault.
It's Chris Brown's fault too.
I was getting there.
Yeah.
I was finna say that's Drake and Chris Brown fault.
Who do you listen to?
Man.
You listen to Kodak, like you said earlier.
Kodak, Durkio, Smirkio, for sure. Definitely Durkio, Smirkio. NBA Youngboy for sure. You just gotta watch my mood whenever I'm listening to him. It's scary.
he makes you want to like really hurt someone.
But I just use it
Or
for
you're-
working out though.
Yeah.
But if you listen to his music and his melody, and like I'm a lyrical person, I like listening to the lyrics.
hmm
And it's not even about like of course I like Drake, but like I listen to guys that I can relate to with my childhood and stuff. And you got guys like NBA Youngboy, you got Dirk, you got Kodak, you got Jack Boy, you got Meat, you got Rick Ross, then you got to think about Trick Daddy. I'm a Florida boy, so
Yeah.
I'm always stay home with Hot and all of them boys. Loose Cannon Take Off. Like you got to think about it. I'm a hometown like where I'm rocking with everybody here. Hit 'em up, Rondo, Project Baby, YSL Snake, K
Yeah.
Cooley. You know everybody like that. I'm gonna hit up all those guys up. So it's like I'm gonna hit those guys up and rock with all their music. Like literally, I'll blow their phones up. Like send me a sample or something. I love it. I love getting to
Before it's even out.
I promise. I love literally. I can show you something right now of Rondo music. When he sent me an email like when I was in Detroit and said, "What do you think about this?" I said, "Bro, this song gonna be fire." And it's called "Why You Hating." Hit him up, Rondo.
Love Rondo.
Bro, I promise it's fire. But like, nah, I love like a lot of like local rappers, like local underground music, like Lucci. And no disrespect to like the big rappers, I just can relate to the trenches.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of feel them when they speaking. I
You
feel
were
them.
from Sanford and transferred over to Altamont Springs. This is all in Orlando, if you didn't know. But so Sanford's more of the, the trenches. Altamont is more of the suburbs in a way. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to like say it in a bad way, but
Now y'all got y'all hoods around here, man. Like
Well,
y'all
yeah.
got y'all tough spots.
yeah. So
Is it considered Altamont?
Altamont,
Fort City?
Fort City,
Yeah.
yeah.
I pass through it all the time.
Fort City is like right across the street from Lake Brantley.
It look like from where I'm from.
Oh, so you come from there. What is the advice you would give to somebody trying to get out of the hood or the bad situations and just striving for greatness?
Whew. Keep it short and simple. In a nutshell, run your own race. With a deeper meaning, run your own race. Never worry about the next person. You control what you can control. Your attitude and your effort. I think that's important. I think you don't look at the next guy. You might be a better whatever at me, but you have to run your own race at your own pace. So it's like,
Yeah.
don't try to keep up with the Joneses.
Mhm.
Know yourself, get to know your body, get in tune with your body. Know your mental when it comes to school or coming with anything, work ethic. Just run your own race and be patient. And your time has come. And just be prepared. When your time comes, be ready.
Yeah. And so you went to Lake Brantley. What was your stat line in high school to get a D1 offer?
The stat line? I don't remember. I think I had like 1,800 yards and like 6. I don't even know. high school was so long. I think I know we didn't win the state championship. I was upset about that.
Oh, yeah. I think everybody would in sports. You didn't win the
I was
state
so
championship.
sad about it. We're the only school to go undefeated. Like at that time at Brandon, I was upset about that. I didn't even care about the stats. I don't even remember.
And what was your team like? You had other D1 players on there?
Yeah, it was a good year. We had Dominic Zanka, Adam Van Valkenburg. We had Aaron Alt. We had my best friend, shout out my brother, David Herbie Alvarez. We had a lot of good guys out there, man. Damon Hacker, when he played baseball, DeAndre Fair. Who else blew up out there that I played with? A lot of the guys were young, though. So I was a very, a lot of my class, we played up. So when I was a freshman, I played one freshman game, I went to varsity.
Yeah.
So my sophomore year, all of the sophomore players that I just named were on varsity with me. So we had an old team. So when we were seniors, we had all babies. So like those guys, like, Jared Bernhardt's came up with Christian. All those guys came after me.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like my wave, and then Damon and DeAndre, and then kind of the Lescos came in, and that's when they kind of took over at Brantley.
Yeah. And then so what was the difference? Like, how does it feel to have your jersey retired? It's hanging up at the field.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I believe so.
Number 4?
But you were number 7.
Oh, number 7. I am tripping. I didn't even think about that.
You're thinking of someone else.
I didn't even think of that, man. I gotta go check that out, though. I gotta hit up Coach. I gotta hit up Del Fiacco. They probably trying to contact me.
You didn't even know? I'm 90% sure it's hanging up on there.
I gotta go in there. No, it probably is. I just don't have the contacts. I just got back home and I'm out here. I feel so bad, but man, shout out to Lake Brantley.
Shout out to Lake Brantley.
I love Lake Brantley for that. I gotta go there, man. I feel bad. Probably with COVID and stuff, it's probably not good to have me there now.
I was there the other day doing something because I work at the radio station as well. So I was there
That's nice.
during the lunches and everything. It seemed like they will let people on. You just got to be cautious and everything like that.
Awesome.
So you should go see, your old teachers.
That's probably the best thing to do.
So what was the transition between high school to college, then to NFL?
High school, you're talking football.
Yeah.
High school football was like, oh man, I had a pretty good group with me. Like I said, I played up as a freshman. I played with my oldest brother, Antonio Miles. I had a lot of guys on that team that I wasn't the best player my freshman year because I played up on varsity. I kind of made plays as I went, and things didn't slow down for me until junior year, when I kind of start separating myself. Senior year was self-explanatory. Senior was self-explanatory. I got to college, man. The size, speed, the mental. We watched film in high school, but what high school is breaking down film,
Yeah.
So that was the biggest difference in college was film, studying. Also, the biggest, this is the weirdest thing. I felt like high school was harder than college school. So when I went to go get my education at University of Cincinnati, I was able to graduate with a 3.7 because school was you pick your courses, you pick the days you wanted it, you pick what you wanted. I feel like high school was kind of just basic. You have to learn this whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Who's going to ever use a polynomial again? You don't even know what a polynomial is.
I don't.
Or octagon. It's who's going to use that again? Come on, man. Give us some stuff. Teach us how to, financial. Teach us how to, take care, to structure. Teach us focus, how to get LSC, how to start a business. Teach us
financial situation.
Teach us how to raise a child.
Yeah.
Teach us WIC. Teach us if food stamp or this is your road, or teach us how to apply for colleges. Teach us how to do that.
Yeah.
Teach us how to be successful in this world when outside of our parents. If that's school, right? Teach us that. So it's just I learned a lot when I got to college. I feel like I was born in Florida, but I grew, and this is kind of crazy because I always tell people oh, Cincinnati is my home. Because I feel like I grew up there. I became a man. I became an adult in Cincinnati. I grew up there, man. I learned how to come back and do what's going on now in Cincinnati. Cincinnati, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Are you here at this gym all the time?
Yeah.
Every day?
Yeah.
Are you flooded with workouts is there any openings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds bad if I say no, but yeah. It might not be no one-on-one openings. I know I have a lot of clients that's I want to work out by myself. It might not be a lot of one-on-ones, but yes, I'm here. When it's options, it's stuff open.
Yeah. Okay. Before we get out of here, man, what is your definition of success?
Great question. And damn, man, that was a good question. Golly, I never had nobody ask me that. Shoot. What's my definition of success? I guess if I think about it, I'm gonna tell you some BS, like a corporate answer. I guess my definition of success off the top of my head is just being the best version of yourself, bro. Like when things, and this is more of an advice thing, but I know, like, just to share a little bit of a story with you. I came from the NFL with this ego about how I was gonna come into corporate America, this world, and dominate as well. Because I'm like, I already did it in the NFL.
Yeah.
What are the limits of making it? So you come with this ego. I got this money. I got this persona. I got this image. I got this clout. And you learn real quick, like, what really, like, not saying football players don't have true work ethic, but, like, you really learn what a different side of work ethic is.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go out and be 26 years old and hang out with your friends and still make it to, your session at 5 a.m. At the same time, there's a difference between 5 a.m. when it's your teammates, when you have to be there because you want to make it in life. How about when you already made it in life and you got people depending on you in a different way?
Yeah.
If you get what I'm saying. Because all of a sudden, I know my teammates were depending on me on 4th and 1 at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
But what about these clients that don't play sports, that want to get a workout, that want to better themselves, that want to get their mental right, that this is the stress reliever? You got to become mindful of those things, man. And this job has truly humbled me. Becoming a personal trainer, you go from an NFL player to a personal trainer in a matter of a couple months, that humbles you. It deflates the ego a little bit.
That's good.
And the biggest thing I learned from a client in here, and I won't say her name because she's very private, but she told me the best thing I ever did was drop my ego. She was like, your ego is not your migo. Your ego is not your friend. The minute you could drop your ego at 26, 27 years old with everything I've accomplished, to be humble, drop everything, that's a big step, man. So I think that's the best version of being successful I could come up with.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on here, man. It was an honor to interview you.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, we can collab in the future and everything.
For sure. We're going to make something happen, brother. We're going
right.
to mark that right now. We're going to make something happen.
We're going to make something shake, man.
Yes, brother. Hey, thank you for having me. Thanks for the opportunity. Thanks for letting me use my platform to hopefully inspire others and help others. And you keep continuing doing what you're doing. He's the best in the business. I recommend this guy all the time. He's great. He's cool. Sets up real fast. Great questions. Get you in, get you out. Very clean. Great setup. Great everything, man. Y'all should check my boy out, man.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Of course, brother.
All right, man. Akeem out.